Next week, the North Coast Dance Festival is bringing world-class talent to Northern Michigan University in Marquette. Jill Grundstrom, the artistic director, joins us now to talk about it. Now, I know the talent is always top-notch at Northern Michigan University, but with North Coast Dance Festival, you're bringing in different groups from outside of Upper Michigan to really put their talents on display, to work with some students. So what really at its core is the North Coast Dance Festival all about?
So it's a great opportunity to do exactly what you said, bring in some world-class talent to us here in the Upper Peninsula, and also let our community engage with them, let our students engage with them, and start to make connections to the professional world so that as they graduate, they are not just floundering, but they have some, I think, perspective as to where they can go and what their opportunities are, and to understand what it's like to be a professional in this industry.
And I feel like in the middle of the summer, it's a great time for a lot of students too to get back on the stage, to start getting their heads into, get the heads in the game, get your head in the game again, I guess. I mean, just to make like a musical reference. But so what does it take to put this on, and who's all involved?
So we really start planning this, like we've already started next year's planning already, actually. So we start working with the companies and with the dancers to get on their schedule, because we work with a lot of project-based companies, so they're starting to book their events for next year. So it really comes down to our staff in our department to get everybody booked. This year I'm lucky enough to have one of our students as an intern. So she is helping me and kind of learning the back end of how we do all the booking and the contracting with the companies. And then our collab dance company is also helpful once we get the dancers here on site, because they get to do a lot of interacting and help get people organized around campus and whatnot as well.
So what does that outreach look like? I mean, you're bringing in professionals. So, you know, what is the, you brought up contracts, things like that. Like, how does that work?
So luckily we've ended up with some really wonderful dancers kind of falling into our laps through various contacts that we have in our professional circles. So we crossed over with Giordano at a different workshop, and I reached out to them and said, "Hi, do you want to come?" And they said yes. So that was great. And then with the ballet company out of California, actually one of my colleagues, Karina Johnson, danced with Sacramento Ballet, and so through some of her colleagues that she danced with, they're now choreographing on Ballet Project OC, and that was how we got connected to them. So everyone says this industry is actually very small once you start to think about it, and it's very true, because we all tend to start to know each other.
And this is a great opportunity for some of your students to start to get to know some of these professional dancers. You're a teacher, you work with students all year round. What do you think having an opportunity like bringing the North Coast Dance Festival on the Forrest Roberts Theater stage does for the students?
I think certainly it allows them to see themselves in this industry, especially because these two companies in particular are quite young companies. Some of the dancers in the Giordano company are just in their early 20s. And then with Ballet Project OC, when Allie Hellman started the company, she was actually only 22 years old. So it started out of COVID, everything shut down. Her contract with Pacific Northwest Ballet was, you know, in jeopardy because nobody was dancing, and she took it upon herself to start this company at the ripe old age of 22. And so I think for our students, it allows to see what the possibilities are as a performer, as an artistic director, as a choreographer, because it's all people that are their age that are doing this amazing work.
And we can see some behind the scenes footage of rehearsals. This is Stars and Stripes, so it looks like ballet.
Yes. Yes, so this is actually a George Balanchine choreographed piece, so from New York City Ballet. So we worked with the Balanchine Trust to get the rights for this. So Mark David Bloodgood and Rachel Hutzel will be performing this piece for us. They'll be performing just the pas de deux from Stars and Stripes, which we are very excited to have this coming here. It's kind of a big deal to be able to get approval from the Balanchine Trust to perform some of these pieces, because they hold the rights pretty tight, and you have to have a stager come in and work with your dancers. And
is that
so we're
an
very
NMU
lucky.
first to have that?
This will be the first time we have a Balanchine piece here. Yes.
Very cool.
Yes, we're very excited.
So really cool opportunities. We have another set of behind the scenes photos that we can look at. Can you explain what's going on here?
Yes, so this is the second piece that Ballet Project will be performing. So this piece is choreographed by Ali Hellman, who is the artistic director for Ballet Project OC, and it is called Pizzala. It is also a pas de deux. And so this will be a little bit more of a contemporary piece. As you can see in the costuming, we don't have the traditional tutu here, but some really lovely dancing and some beautiful, beautiful storytelling. And I'm so excited to see this piece because I have not seen the full piece yet. I've seen Stars and Stripes before, but I have not ever seen this. So we are thrilled to have this on our stage.
Well, it looks just lovely. We'll let these pictures roll out. This may or may not be the last one. We do have to take a commercial break, though, but when we come back, we're going to be talking about performances and what else you can expect from the North Coast Dance Festival at Northern Michigan University. Stay with us.